Mr. Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Duncan,
Here.
Councilmember Ramirez,
Here.
Councilmember Lord,
Here.
Vice Mayor Callahan,
Here.
Mayor Mirabot. We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Everybody, please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the council, this is actually our local planning agency meeting that we're going to begin with. I'm going to have the clerk read the item, and then I'm going to open the item up for public comment. If you do have public comment, I would suggest that you wait until the regular town council meeting because we will be deferring this item. Of course, you're welcome to speak now, but we will be deferring this to the regular town council meeting, and you will have the opportunity to speak at that time. Mr. Clerk, would you please read the item?
An ordinance of the mayor and the town council of the town of Cutler Bay, Florida, amending section 3-142 parking specifications and section 3-144 minimum parking ratios of chapter 3 of the town code of ordinances relating to golf cart parking standards and minimum parking ratio calculations, providing for severability, providing for conflicts, providing for codification, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clerk. At this time, I'd like to open the floor to public comment. If anybody has comment on this, they're welcome to move forward. Seeing no one in the chambers wishing to speak, Mr. Clerk, do we have anybody in the queue wishing to speak?
No one in the queue.
Thank you very much. At this time, I would entertain a motion to defer this item to our regular town council meeting.
So moved.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. The motion is to refer it to.
Refer it?
Refer it.
Thank you. So I'm looking for a motion to refer item 2A to the regular town council meeting.
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Lord.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Ramirez. All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. See the item being referred. This time I'll once again open up the floor for any public comment. Well, this would have to pertain to this particular item. Yeah, thank you. Anybody in the queue?
No one in the queue.
No one in the queue. At this time, we will consider the local planning agency meeting adjourned. All right, at this time, we will officially open the regular town council meeting. Mr. Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Councilmember Lord,
Here.
Councilmember Duncan,
Here.
Councilmember Ramirez,
Here.
Vice Mayor Callahan,
Here,
Mayor Mirabot. We have a quorum.
we have a quorum. Thank you very much. We will skip the Pledge of Allegiance since we just did that in our last meeting. At this time, I will open up the floor for public comments for the regular town council meeting. Anybody having comments, please approach the podium.
The 3 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, yep. So
I want to talk about.
prior,
Oh, hold on a minute.
yep, just state your name and your address, please. It's okay.
I'm being a resident of Cutler Bay since 1989, and I've seen all the changes have been in the town of Cutler Bay. The reason why I'm here is there's a lot of issues, but I don't think I'm going to cover all the issues. The main issue I'm over here is lights on the park. I already talked to Mr. Benjerano, and we saw about the problem in the lights on the lakes by the bay. But what happens is there's a lot of mosquitoes in there and horse flies, and it's very hard to play in that place. So we came over here and play in Franjo. When the organization paid for the lights, we used the overspread lights on, and we played on the park. Yesterday I was playing there, and the lights just went off at 8, and I got really upset. Because one of the solutions that Mr. Etienne Benjerano told me was to pay for the lights, $40 an hour. And then I say, in that case, I'm gonna have to put fence on the park and put a gate on it so I can charge everyone to pay for the lights. And I know that's a public park. We cannot do that, okay? So the reason why I'm here is, if the lights are on and people are using the park, don't turn it off, leave it on. It doesn't cost that much. Actually, I know that you guys did a good job replacing those lights. Those are late lights. They don't use that much electricity. So I know that for a fact. So this is what I'm asking you. If the lights are on and people are using it, whoever is using it, leave the lights on. If the lights are off, of course, we cannot use it. But if the lights are on, leave it on. Don't turn it off. Why should you do? This is a place, you see, parks are a very nice thing to have for all the community. And it's good for your health. I haven't seen anyone of you guys playing on any field, which is too bad. Because actually, that actually shortens your life. If you practice a lot of whatever sport you do and go on the park and do that, actually you're gonna have a better life expectancy, but not just expectancy, actually a good life. Okay, so that's what I'm suggesting you. If the lights on Saga Bay, they're okay. The lights on Mr. Benjamin, he complained about that, which is good. But in Bel Air, which is the part I'm talking about, if you see people over there, don't turn the lights off. It doesn't cost that much. And only that, you're gonna have a better community, a healthy community by doing that. And if that problem is solved, I got a lot of issues. But what happened is I always had to balance. Because another thing is I can walk around the sidewalks, I can walk all the town.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. I'll refer your comments to the town manager to follow up. Mr. Clerk, at this time, would you please let the record reflect that that Mayor Mirabot has joined the podium?
Thank you very much.
And at this time, I'll turn the gavel over to the mayor.
All right. We're the LPA, correct, at this point?
No,
No?
we're on, council announcements and committee.
Did you guys take up the LPA yet? All right. All right, perfect, thank you. All right, let me just move along. I'm sorry about that, catching up. Apologize for my tardiness. All right, so we've all had our chance to submit our town council reports. Any additions, deletions? None, all right.
I do have one item I'd like to discuss. It kind of falls under that. I'd like to, through the mayor, request at a time certain, a workshop amongst the council to be able to discuss recreational youth sports within our town, where we can review our current situation and look at recommendations that may be more beneficial for our residents in the future.
I understand that. I think there's other cities and towns that are having similar issues. So I would be in favor of that. Does the rest of the council agree with that? So, all right, we'll go ahead and set a workshop for that, Ralph, if we could. All right, great. All right, that takes us to a proclamation. Recognize someone. I'd like to recognize Haiti Eleniza. Provide a certificate of recognition for her exemplary attendance in the town's after-school program since kindergarten. I understand hasn't missed one single day. Wow. That's great determination. So, would you like to join me down at the podium for a quick photo of worthy of recognition? All right. Come on over here. Would you? Oh, yes, without. That's an elder. The family, of course.
Tootie back there, let's go. Don't be shy. Good morning, Lou. Thank you so much. Next one. Wow, that's 7 years. So employee of the month in the future, guarantee that.
Can you guys go on this side? That's okay.
Parenting, part of your responsibility.
No, you're good, you're good.
Thank you, congratulations. And Don, sorry to get you in here today. The mayor couldn't make it on right this. Okay. All right, we'll move along now. All right, that takes us to our town manager report. Ralph, sir?
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. Tonight we have our monthly update for our 16-acre Legacy Park Municipal Complex. We have Ms. Emma Jones from Stantec to provide the town council and the community an update. You put Emma on the line.
Good evening, everyone. Emma Jones with Stantec, owner's rep for the town of Cutler Bay. If you've been driving by the site, you can see that there's been a lot of dirt moving, which is great. We are at 97,000, just over 97,000 tons of soil exported. And our soil import to date is just over 92,000 tons. So the export is at 98%, import is at 48%, and the project's moving along really well. There's some aerial photos of the different stages. The top left is back middle of June.
Oh, excuse me, Emma, we don't see what you're seeing, so I don't know if you're sharing your screen yet.
Oh, I'm sorry, I am sharing.
No problem, no problem.
Try again.
Top left, I see Councilman Ramirez. We can see it now.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yes, we.
Apologies for that.
So, Mayor, members of council, I think we're having some audio issues with Emma, so I'll just take it from here. As you can
Okay,
see,
I
a lot of the
can-
photos that we've been documenting there, we continue to meet on a weekly basis with the Kaufman Lynn and the subcontractor, Redland
Did you see
Construction.
the previous slide with the amounts?
Okay. Emma, you're
Okay.
breaking up really bad, so I'll just take over. So, members of council, you see the progress there, the photos that are there. We continue to monitor. There's a lot of monitoring devices out there. We continue to monitor any type of complaints through our Public Works Department and our Parks Department from residents. If you have the next slide, Mauricio. Okay. Okay, you see our project timeline here, members of council, as we continue the soil remediation phase on the upper portion of the report there. You can see where we've actually made some little modifications to it, where you see the construction start dates, tree removal, soil excavation, and you can see in the dark hash line there where we have now extended over to the January and February, and that was strategically done by us because we want to take advantage of the voluntary cleanup tax credits that we have available through us through FDEP. We could apply up to $900,000 a year. The project is $12.8 million. So if we extend over a minimum of $1 million worth of work, not billing, but just actual work, we can then we're very confident to successfully apply for voluntary cleanup tax credits in that month of January and February. And we continue to meet on a weekly basis with the design team. We're getting really close to having a council workshop where we will roll out the set of plans that will be right at the amount that we discussed during our design phase of $49.9 million. So we continue to work on that. They're working on the schematics on a daily basis, as well as our contractors there with the Salt Mickelson design team as well. So I don't know if there's another slide there, Mauricio. No. Okay. So here, what we're going to do is, Mayor, Members of Council, we were able to have some drone footage, about 1.5 minute drone footage that'll show you the soil remediation project underway right now. So, if Mauricio, if you could cue that up for us. As you can see there, the darker dirt is the remediation of soil that's being removed. We wanted to make sure that, as you see the clearer dirt, the clean fill that comes in there, that all the vehicles are traveling on there, so that way to avoid any type of contamination on the roadway as well. And as you can see there at the entrance, there's a truck wash down station there to make sure none of the soils are transferred to the roadway. And I know many of the council members that were there during the groundbreaking saw the wash station in action there as well. There's Kaufman Lynn has folks there on staff. We also have Kimley-Horn and Associates with dust monitoring points throughout the location there as well. So again, we just want to kind of show that geographically. And once again, I apologize for Emma's technical issues that she had there, but if there's any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer.
There are none. You may proceed.
Okay. Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Next, we have Stefano Viola to provide us a quick briefing on Franjo roadway project.
Good evening, council members. Apologize for that delay there. Today is this evening, our July update for the Franjo Road Improvements Project. We are continuing to hold our bi-weekly meeting with the contractor, the town, Stantec, the engineer of record, and ourselves. To date, Work Zone 1 and Work Zone 2, all work has been completed and they are now open to the public, which is Franjo Road from Southwest 184th Street all the way up to Southwest 96th Avenue. Acosta is currently in Work Zone 3. We are continuing to monitor that work zone to ensure that the proper MOT remains in place throughout the duration of the project. And currently they're working on some drainage improvements southwest of Caribbean Boulevard. The current schedule shows that Acosta is expected to wrap up construction in Work Zone 3 by next month, August, and then we'll start work within Work Zone 4. At all times, we're trying to maintain a clean, safe site, and we're monitoring that throughout. In addition, the current project duration is from July 2024 to September of 2026. Acosta has a total of 3 rain days at this point, which has stayed the same since we provided our project update last month. And we were involved with the July 4th event, which was a very successful event. We had a fair amount of residents approach us about the project, and we were able to talk about that. And there was some talk about some of future projects that they were looking for, but it was a very good event with good attendance. And that is our update this month.
All right. Any questions? I'm glad you guys are on time. Project's looking very well. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stefano. Next, Mayor, we have, as we do on an annual basis, we provide an update on our external audit annual certified financial report that we have. And tonight we have virtually Elias Rodriguez from the firm Caballero, Fearman, and Garcia to provide the presentation. So if we have Elias.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Can everyone hear me okay? Or
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Okay, so my name's Elias Rodriguez. I'm with CFLG CPA. CFLG LLP. I'm mentioning my email there. I'm the senior manager that was assigned to the audit of the town of Cutler Bay for the fiscal year 2024. I'm here to present the annual comprehensive financial report. If we can please start off on page, it's going to be PDF page 5 of the document.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the table of contents. I'm just going to provide a brief discussion on a few of these sections. The table of contents, the annual comprehensive financial report, or the ACFR, is comprised of 4 primary sections. Is the introductory section, the financial section, and then on the next page, you should see the statistical section and the compliance section. If you can please now follow me to, we're going to start off with the introductory section. That is going to be on page PDF 8. Perfect. Now, the introductory section is comprised of GFOA required documents to qualify for the ACFR. Other than that, it will be a basic financial statements as required by the state. But the ACFR requires some additional sections that are added in there and additional tables and presentation in order to qualify for the award. If you could follow me to the certificate of achievement, that one will be on page 25. So this is the Certificate of Achievements for Excellence in Financial Reporting. This is actually for the fiscal year 2023 and presented in this report for 24. This is from the GFOA, the Government Finance Officers Association. This is a very prestigious award. It's kind of sets the town apart from other municipalities because, as I mentioned, you're only required to complete an annual financial report to provide for this to the state. By achieving this award, this means that the town took some extra steps in order to include the introductory section and some additional presentation that is required by the GFOA. In addition to that, when you submit for the application for the GFOA, you're also subject to additional review. So it's a very prestigious award because it's difficult to get. From what we have reviewed on our fiscal year 2024 financial statements, the ACFR, you should qualify for the same award that you should see in the fiscal year 2025 issued financial statements. Next section is going to be part of the financial section, and if you could please go to page 30. Perfect. This is the independent auditor's report. I'm going to go over this briefly and paraphrase. The first section would be your opinion. Now, this is pretty much discussing what the auditors audited. I'm going to read the first section, which is we have audited the accompanying financial statements of the governmental activities, business type activities, each major fund, and the aggregate remaining fund information of the town of Cutler Bay for the fiscal year ended September 30th, 2024. The following paragraph after that is actually the opinion. In our opinion, the financial statements referred to above present fairly in all material aspects the respective financial position of the governmental activities, the business type activities, each major fund, and the aggregate remaining fund information for the town as of September 30th, 2024. That is an unmodified opinion, or otherwise known as a clean opinion. That's the only opinion you would like to be associated with an audit. If we could skip through to the next section, which will be on page 34. Perfect. This section is the management discussion and analysis. I've heard this several times in presentations, and I'm going to repeat it again. If you're not going to read anything else in this document, in the 160 pages that we have here, this is a very fun read. It's probably one of the most important sections of these financial statements. It presents current information for 2024 and compares to the prior year the performance of the town. It also includes some budgetary information, and it's also written, which is something very important to focus on. It's written from management's perspective, which is a little less technical than the rest of the document. So it's designed to be understood more by the readers of the financial statements. Next section will be the financial statements section, which would be on page 62. Now this section is comprised of your government-wide financial statements, which include your governmental activities and your business type activities. The first few statements. This is an overall view of the town in the governmental activities and the enterprise fund. In this case, you have a stormwater fund. This is just an overall view on these particular financial statements. In your next section, which is going to be on page 64, these are your governmental funds. So this is the presentation of your fund level financial statements, which separates each fund into its own individual trial balance and an entity, if you will. What I would like to highlight on this, point out on this financial statements is in your general fund, you have an unassigned fund balance of 28.4 millions, which is a healthy fund balance. Next section would be the next part of the presentation is page 68. This is your statement of net position. This is for your stormwater fund, your only enterprise fund. Something I would like to discuss here is just the unrestricted, which we noted, the unrestricted net position, which is a deficit of 160,000. Although it is a deficit, it's actually a significant improvement from the previous year. The previous year was, I believe, it was a deficit of 600,000, just over that. The reason for the change, based on my discussion with management, was that there was an update with the rates for a portion of 2024. Based on my discussions with management and what we reviewed during audit, we expect this to be eliminated for fiscal year 2025 because the rates have actually been updated for the entire year. So 2025 is going to represent the updated rates for the entire year. So this should be eliminated, and you should actually see a surplus in fiscal year 2025. In the next section would be your notes to the financial statements, and that will be on page 72. Now, this is one of the largest sections of the report. As I mentioned, the MD&A is much more entertaining to read than this. This is a little bit more technical, it has more details to the financial statements. In this section, you'll see required disclosures as required by GASB. You'll see a little bit more detail, for your capital assets, long-term liabilities, and your pension plan as well. The next section, if we can skip through, would be page 100 of the document. And this section is your required supplementary information. It's comprised of additional tables that are required by GASB to be presented, including information on your pension plan, information on your major funds for a budget to actual comparison. If you would like to look at a budget to actual of your general fund, then this is the section. This is a section to look for that. I'm just going to skip through to the compliance section that can be found on page 140 of the document. Now, your compliance section of this document is comprised of reports that the auditors are required to report on. In this case, you'll find what we call the Yellow Book report for short, which is the independent auditor's report on internal control over financial reporting and on compliance and other matters. This is, in short, it's your Yellow Book report. You'll also find, since you had a single audit during 2024, the program that was audited was the ARPA program as the major program that was audited. You also find a report on that as well. In regards to the Yellow Book report, what I would like to point out is that, which is great news, the town does not have any findings for the fiscal year 2024. And the next section, the next tab should be page 141. Exactly. And this is your single audit report, pretty much reporting any findings or anything on the deficiencies on the single audit. And we're pleased to announce that there are also no findings for the program that we selected for the single audit. So this concludes the portion of the financial statements presentation. It's a little bit backwards, the document, because the communication letter is actually in the beginning. Oh. I was going to present the communications letter, which should be on page 1. So the communications letter is management's report card in summary for the performance of the audit, and we're pleased to announce that we had no significant difficulties dealing with management, and no significant disagreements with management as well during the course of our audit. In addition, we actually had no corrected or uncorrected misstatements during the audit, so there was no changes to the numbers. I want to take a moment just to thank management. I want to thank Ralph and Robert for their responsiveness during the audit and their professionalism. They're always great. It's a very productive, very efficient audit. And this concludes my presentation. I'm open to any questions if you have any.
Another great report. Again, Robert, we need to thank you for keeping us on top of the game for so long, and Ralph as well, you and the rest of the staff. Are there any questions from the council? No? All right. Thank you very much for your report. Do appreciate it. And congratulations again on another excellent year.
Thank you, Elias. And Mayor, members of council, this report can be found for the folks that are following us at home. That's actually been published on our agenda as well. So thank you, Elias, and you're absolutely right, Mayor. Thank you, Robert, Mildred, for all their hard work to have another successful year in audit. So thank you, Elias. Next, Mayor and council members, I can guarantee we're not going to have any type of internet connection because we have live in person Regional Superintendent Mr. Rafael Villalobos, along with Administrative Director of Intergovernmental Affairs, Ailette Rodriguez-Diaz, and also familiar face to community, Principal Cutler Bay Middle School, Mr. George Pata. So, Mr. Villalobos, thank you. Welcome.
Well, good evening, council members, mayor.
Welcome.
And Mr. Casals, it's truly a pleasure to be here today and to give you so much great news, right? So many great things happening in Miami-Dade County Public Schools overall on behalf of our superintendent, Dr. Jose L. Dotres, and so many amazing things happening at the South region. But just more importantly, the Cutler Bay area. We've got some really exciting news. And I don't want to steal your thunder, but I want to really touch on the Cutler Bay area and the amazing work that our leadership teams and all of our schools have done. But exceptionally, right, when you look at Mr. Para and the exceptional work that he has done and his leadership team has done, and the teachers there, along with our parents, right, because it takes a village. Everyone has to be on board achieving that A. And Mr. Para will speak a little bit to that as well. But above and beyond that, the Cutler Bay community has no C schools from Miami-Dade County Public Schools. And I believe that deserves a round of applause.
Right.
We're extremely excited to continue in the pursuit of excellence, and we will do that because that is our main goal, is making sure that we give our students a future and that the 21st century for them is going to be one that they are sound academically, sound emotionally, and that we make sure that they are productive citizens once they graduate from our schools. So a lot to be proud of. And thank you, all of you, for your support always, because it is a two-way street. And we work continually with you to make sure that we are meeting the needs of the residents, but we are also meeting the most important need, which is our children. So thank you for that. And I will turn it over to Mr. Para first for a few words. I think he is definitely the man of the hour. But so many other great principals and leadership teams as well, and teachers to commend. But I thank you all for allowing us to be here. And Mr. Parra, it's your microphone now.
Thank you, Mr. Villalobos. Thank you, Town of Cutler Bay. Since I first got to Cutler Bay, thank you guys for welcoming me into the community. Mr. Villalobos giving me the opportunity to come and represent Dade County Public Schools in the South region. It's very much an honor to be here. Very rewarding to present and to get this letter grade that just very much demonstrates what we've done as a community, as a school, the parents. Like Mr. Villalobos says, it starts with all the other schools in Cutler Bay. We've been able to work together, make sure the students continue to come through the pipeline of Cutler Bay from all the elementary schools to the middle schools and on to the high school. So, it's a good start. We still got a lot of work to do, and we're looking forward to getting started for the new school year and continue the momentum and let this be the first day of many through all of Cutler Bay and Cutler Bay Middle School. So thank you very much. And thank you.
Mr. Parra, thank you very much. It's obvious the work that you put into that school, and we just couldn't be prouder of you and the school and the improvements that you made. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was in the middle of that school as part of a parents association when unfortunately Cutler Bay Middle was getting a very unfair reputation in the state of Florida. And it's just a testament to you and to the school board, and obviously the community that has made a tremendous turnaround. And I cannot be more proud of you and of that school. To today, we can, everybody in the state of Florida, right, that used to look badly upon us now has to look at us as a shining star, as an A school. So from me, all of the students that I represented there, and all of the faculty and all of everybody that's put in the hard work, thank you very much. Yes, me.
Hi, Principal Pata. I wanted to point out to everybody, one, I attended that school when it was Cutler Ridge Junior High. I'm dating myself. My son went to that school. My children and myself are products of public school in South Dade. I wanted to point out that you leapfrogged to an A, which is really significant. You went from a C to an A, and that is extraordinary. And you've been so involved with our town, and I'm just really grateful that you're here. And I'm happy that you achieved an A as quickly as you did. And if I could, Ralph, am I mistaken, or is this the first time since we've incorporated, we've been all A's and B's?
You're absolutely correct. I think that is a very proud moment in history as we approach our 20-year anniversary.
All right. Thank you for your efforts.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Did you want to say anything as well? Yeah.
In addition, we'd like to thank the Education Advisory Council under the direction of Councilmember Duncan in helping us to achieve that A. We are incredibly proud of all of the schools in Cutler Bay, especially under the leadership of our region superintendent, Mr. Villalobos. I'm here on behalf of the superintendent of schools, Dr. Jose Dotres, who sends his regards, and truly to thank the Town of Cutler Bay for being a strong partner to our district, our schools, and in support of our students. You each have a packet, and in your packet, looks like this. There's some information regarding some of the initiatives from Miami-Dade County Public Schools, from volunteering information, mentoring, partnerships. We know that the town of Cutler Bay is blossoming with entrepreneurships and new businesses. So it would be great to have internship opportunities for our students at Cutler Bay. Also, we are launching Ed Ventures 305, where we will spotlight schools throughout the district to highlight the incredible programs, students, and teachers in our schools. And we know that the schools in Cutler Bay will also be featured. That's called Ed Ventures 305. And Parent Academy. Parent Academy is also launching parent webinars to help educate the parents as we get ready to start the new school year. So these webinars are in English, Spanish, and Haitian Creole. So we encourage you to please share the message, amplify the message. You can share it on your social media accounts, your newsletters, and any platforms. Once again, we thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I'd like to also end with one thing. It's important to note that Miami-Dade County for the 6th year in a row is an A district. I think that is an incredible achievement as large as we are, the 3rd largest in the country. It's not easy to do that, but we have remarkable individuals that are grinding every day to make sure that our students make those success a reality, right? So with that said, important to also continue to advocate that we are your best choice by far. There's nobody else that does it the way that we do it. And some of you have been to our graduations and you have seen the immense success that our students are having and where they're going and what they're doing. And that starts from the elementary and it trickles into the middle school and then the high school. So we are very proud of that. So continue to advocate as we continue to partner together. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. All right, Ralph.
Thank you, Mayor, members, council. Also, I'd like to personal thanks to the superintendent. I mean, it's a great line of open communications that we have with the school district, and as well as I know that a lot of other principals weren't here, but they also serve a very important role, and we have each one on speed dial. And thank you, Principal Pata, for always delivering the students from the Coast Academy. We have our cleanups, as you know, so it's great to see those students out there and continue the great work. Thank you. Mayor, members of council, next we have just a brief presentation regarding our strategic master plan, something I've discussed in the past. We're going to be embarking into this journey together in 2025, immediately following our budget workshops and hearings. But I just want to give the council a quick preview. Again, the color-based strategic plan, why are we updating the plan? The last one we had was 2014, 2019 that myself, along with, may rest in peace, Mayor Sterheim and Judy Sterheim, worked on it together. We're going to obviously evaluate the town's current vision, mission statement, strategic focus areas, establish a new revised set of goals and objectives, ensure continued community stakeholder participation and development in the town, and prioritize governmental services and programs. Enhance the quality of life for town residents. A little animation there. As I mentioned, this is our second one here that we were able to do. If you, and Mayor, I know you followed this throughout your journey as well. As part of our initial incorporation was our first strategic plan that was done in 2006-11. We had 9 different strategic achievement categories, and then we did it again in 14 and 19 with the same 9 strategic plans. So very proud. I'm not going to go through each of the different categories, the pillars that you see there, but one of the things we want to try to highlight, and we'll go through that when we have our workshops, is that look at our completion rate. I mean, we are hitting, 86% of all the different goals and objectives that we set out, that we said we're going to do. It's like almost like our own self-report card. And there's going to be some things that are kind of carried over. Those are long-term issues. But when we start diving into, you can sit there and see all the different goals, objectives, activities, and activities that were completed. I mean, we're hitting, 8 out of 10 goals and objectives there. And again, I'm not going to bore you with all the different details, but we're going to start going with the data collection and public engagement. Then you have the situation analysis. Then we'll have the strategic focus areas and analysis, strategic plan implementation and adoption, and then obviously the performance measures. Our goal is to have a series of workshops, stakeholders. Our first stakeholders obviously going to be the public, town council, our own town employees. We're going to make sure that we tie everything to the strategic master plan. And I know that's something that we've been talking about. And it's a good community conversation because, again, as you see the self-report card there, we hit all our goals. Okay, what's next, right? I mean, I know I've had these conversations individually with the councils that, our biggest goal in the past was, redevelopment south of the mall. Check, right? I mean, the mayor was just at a luncheon this afternoon, and $1.5 billion impact. We understand that. Legacy Park, check. Purchasing of properties along Old Cutler Road, check. Landing, attracting, recruiting quality restaurants. Well, I think we all know, over 280,000 views that Flanagan's is coming. So that's a check, and that's a continuing process. So, what's next, right? We want to continue that active community conversation. Again, Mayor, Council, this is just a little quick preview of what we're going to be doing right after our budget workshops and budget hearings. I think it's a good community conversation to have. So thank you, Mayor, members, Council. That completes my report.
All right, thank you very much, Rob. All right, that takes us to our town attorney's report.
I don't have anything new for you tonight.
That's great. That's the best news ever when I hear that. It's not that you don't ever have anything good, but, all right, town clerk's report, sir?
No report this evening.
All right, thank you very much. Takes us to consent agenda. Any polls, let me know. If not, I'm looking for a motion for.
Point of privilege on 5B.
5B, go ahead.
No, point at once accepted.
What's that?
Just a point of personal privilege on 5B once consent has
Okay.
been accepted.
All right, looking for a motion for approval.
So moved.
We have a motion by Vice Mayor Callahan, looking for a second.
Second,
Second by Councilman Lord. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. 5B, personal privilege requested. You go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Just wanted to take the opportunity to introduce the newest member of our floodplain mitigation committee, advisory committee. Ask him to come up front. Really needs no introduction. He's a true, he's a true pillar, Raul Vergaria, a true pillar of our community and really sponsors all of our events, has been there with us since day one. And the unique thing that I just wanted to point out about the advisory committee is that the members are specifically spelled out by the charter and by FEMA. Raul is representing our community business partner, which is a position that is required as part of the mitigation committee. So I'm knowing Raul personally for a lot of years and his commitment to our community. I'm extremely excited and happy to have him part of our advisory committee and can't wait to get started. So Raul, I'll turn the floor over to you if you want to say a couple words.
No, yes, I want to thank the mayor and council, Mrs. House. Thank you for the opportunity. I've been citizen of Cutler Bay since 1992, before it incorporated. I was very happy to see the incorporation process and the progress that we have made. As a city, I think we're very, very proud. I think we stand out, to our neighbor cities. Not to, nothing bad about them, but we stand out over them, just in the way that we work together. And when I was asked to, participate, I said, couldn't be any more honor. Anything that I can do, anything that I can bring to the table, hopefully will be an improvement, and we can work together to make a better city. Our, citizens deserve it. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sure you'll be an asset as you always have been. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And if the lights go out, we got the right guy on the.
All right. All right, that takes.
Mayor Bot?
Yes.
We skipped over one thing. We have 3 statements from District 115 Representative Omar Blanco, Senator Alexis Calatayud.
Okay.
And School Board Member Luisa Santos on the Cutler Bay Middle A.
Oh, did we? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So,
And Mayor, we apologize, but I actually shared a statement already with the district folks. So don't worry if they left, they already have the statements there.
Okay.
But again, those folks contacted us directly, the elected officials, and wanted us just to briefly read something into the record.
So from District 9 School Board Member Luisa Santos. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council members. My sincere congratulations to the Miami-Dade County Public Schools in Cutler Bay for their recent extraordinary academic achievements. Cutler Bay Middle School was awarded a well-deserved A rating, marking a significant accomplishment in its ongoing evolution. In addition, I am equally proud of all the other Cutler Bay public schools for earning both A and B ratings. Accomplishments such as these happen when all community stakeholders come together to invest in our educators and empower our schools. Congratulations to all of Cutler Bay schools for showing what is possible. Thank you, the town of Cutler Bay, for your continued partnership with Miami-Dade County Public Schools and your commitment in building stronger and brighter futures for all of our students. District 38 Senator Alexis Calatayud. It is my distinct pleasure to offer heartfelt congratulations to the students, teachers, staff, and parents of Cutler Bay Middle School on your remarkable achievement. Your school's impressive journey from a C to an A grade is a testament to the power of dedication, hard work, and community spirit. This outstanding accomplishment reflects the tireless efforts of your educators, the enthusiasm and commitment of your students, and the unwavering support of your families. Your success is a shining example of what can be achieved when we work together towards a common goal. As your state senator, I am honored to represent Cutler Bay and proud to recognize the achievements of our community's young people. Your school's excellence is a source of pride for our entire community, and I have no doubt that this accomplishment will pave the way for even greater successes in the future. Please accept my sincerest congratulations on this remarkable achievement. I look forward to continuing to support and celebrate the successes of Cutler Bay Middle School and the entire Cutler Bay community. District 115 Representative Omar Blanco. I want to take a moment to recognize an incredible achievement right here in our community. Cutler Bay Middle School has made an extraordinary transformation, rising from a C-rated school to an A-rated school. I wish I could be here in person this evening to congratulate you directly, but please know how proud we all are of this amazing accomplishment. As not just your representative, but also as the husband of a Miami-Dade public schools educator, I know firsthand the dedication and sacrifice it takes to achieve this kind of success. This is the result of hard work, determination, and the strong partnership between students, teachers, administrators, and parents. It reflects the best of who we are as a community, one that values education, invests in its future, and takes pride in seeing our children succeed. On behalf of my office, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to Principal George Parra, Assistant Principals Rita Ramirez and Tanya McKay, the teachers, staff, and every student and family who made this achievement possible. I look forward to visiting soon and continuing to support the outstanding work being done at Cutler Bay Middle School.
All right, thank you very much. All right, well, you will continue. Right now, we're going to open up for public comments. Anybody wishing to speak? All right, there's nobody in the chambers. Anybody online?
No one in the queue.
All right, public comments is now closed. Take us to item 8A. If you can read item 8A, please.
An ordinance of the mayor and the town council of the town of Cutler Bay, Florida, amending section 3-142 parking specifications and section 3-144 minimum parking ratios of chapter 3 of the town code of ordinances relating to golf cart parking standards and minimum parking ratio calculations, providing for severability, providing for conflicts, providing for codification, and providing for an effective date.
All right. Ralph says you're the speaker here, but either one can go if you want to take it.
Sure. In fact, members council, we have Jared Munster online. If you could just provide a quick recap for the ordinance for the first reading. He should be on now. All right, you're on mute, Jared.
There we go. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the town council. The item before you all this evening makes a couple of changes to the town code, specifically requirements for parking for restaurants. This was introduced by the mayor at the last council meeting, and we've worked with him and the town attorneys to come up with what we think is a workable solution. So what this ordinance does is reduce the parking requirement for regular restaurants on Old Cutler Road in the NC1 zoning district from 1 space per 50 square feet of patron area to 1 parking space per 75 square feet of parking area. We are also providing only on Old Cutler Road to allow golf cart parking spaces to count toward your required parking. So in recognition of how passionate the town is about its golf carts, we're going to be making provisions for providing golf cart parking at these restaurants. So you can provide up to 25% of your total required parking as golf cart spaces. Now, the benefit that provides is, excuse me, is that you can make these spaces smaller. So you can actually get more spaces onto a site than you could providing all regular vehicle spaces. And then the last thing that this ordinance does is create those standards for parking spaces. Again, they're going to be slightly smaller, 6 by roughly 11, and it's going to require electric chargers for those golf carts.
And thank you, Jared. And members of council, I also forwarded the legislation as well as the mayor's recap of video from our last council meeting to the impacted property owners, which was, first is, Publix, also to Mr. Flanagan, also to the Garcia family, and as well to the developer that's coming up on that we approved, that we refer to him as Dragonfly on Southwest 216 Old Cutler Road. Very good, great feedback from the folks. So again, this is first reading. We don't meet in August. The second reading will be in September. So if there's any questions, both Jared and I are available.
Any questions from the council? No. All right. Looking at, I'm looking for a motion or approval.
So move.
We have a motion by Councilman Ramirez, looking for a second. Second by Councilman Lord. Need a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Lord,
Yes.
Councilmember Duncan,
Yes.
Councilmember Ramirez,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Callahan,
Yes.
Mayor Butt.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, that takes us to resolution 11A, please.
A resolution of the mayor and the town council of the town of Cutler Bay, Florida, amending resolution number 17-30 relating to cost of living adjustments, COLA, and providing for an effective date. This item was previously deferred from the June 18th, 2025 regular town council.
Mr. Chair, my partner Allison Smith is available and on remote. If you need anything relating to this, she's been working on it since Vice Mayor first raised the issue, and will be prepared to address any questions.
Thank you very much. Vice Mayor, this is your item.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. The item before you, amending resolution 1730, the Consumer Price Index relating to COLA, previously deferred from the June 18th meeting. In going back and looking at this in discussion with obviously the town attorneys and town staff, I think one of the first things we decided to do is really split what we were trying to do into two. After going back and analyzing and looking at it, I think that it was too much in one resolution to try to combine COLA and merit, where we really needed to spend a lot more time on defining what merit was, specifically going through the Human Resource Department as they have to upgrade those policies. So in doing that, we separated the two and basically really refined the request to modify in 1730 just to really put in guardrails to kind of protect the council in any future situation where a unfortunate situation may arise. What this is doing is it's keeping COLA being established by the Consumer Price Index with the modifier, right? It also, we're keeping in there and providing for if at any time that there is a negative fund balance, that COLA would have to be authorized by the town council. Previously, we had said, at a certain percentage, but Councilman Duncan certainly made a good point that if we're balancing the budget, why would we not offer COLA? So we have refined that. Also, the proposed COLA anytime, according to the Consumer Price Index with the modifier, if the COLA is between 0 and 5%, then there is no action by the town council. It's automatic. The reason we say that is because historically we've been around 3% in that range, and I guess that we would probably consider to think historically we would be there. So there's no need to really have a discussion if it's going to be within 0 and 5%. Now, we did put in there if the COLA, based on the Consumer Price Index, is greater than 5%, that it would merely have to be approved by the town council. Okay. And to Councilmember Lord's point on previous discussion that we've had one bad year where we did go over 10% in COLA. It was unfortunate that year that we were also digging into our reserves to balance the budget. And for me, I just struggled with the fact of not being able to do anything as we saw such a significant rise in COLA, but yet we were looking at a deficit. It's not to say that COLA would be eliminated or not given at all. It's just simply if it goes above 5%, that it's up to the town council to be able to approve whatever percentage that they would like to present. The other thing too with COLA is that it's going to be presented as a lump sum versus added to their annual salary. And the reason for that change is a couple of reasons. One, COLA is really based on a fiscal year, right? And should be rewarded on a fiscal year basis and not necessarily increase the base salary. But also, when you're looking at certain salaries and salary ranges, on an average of a 3% COLA raise given to a base salary over a fiscal year, it's such a small amount that people just really don't notice it. But if COLA is based on the cost of living, being able to give it in a lump sum allows the individuals receiving it to really to do more with that, you know, as a whole versus being spread over a fiscal year. And those basically are the highlighted changes, putting the guardrails in place for 1730 that kind of gives a little bit of power back to the council in case of extraordinary circumstances to be able to, you know, approve a COLA under tight budget situations. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Open up for discussion. Councilman Duncan, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Very quickly, I just want to say that I'm very thankful for the hard work that the Vice Mayor and town staff has put in to revising the language in this resolution, especially after all the comments that were discussed in this forum last month. I think you guys did a great job addressing each of those points and any sort of concerns that any of us might have had with the previous language. And I just want to thank you for taking the time to address this. And I think we have a very excellent resolution as a result.
All right, I just want to clarify one thing. The Vice Mayor said you had an excellent comment and a suggestion on that. Just want to put that on the record twice, okay? All right, anybody else on this item? Councilman Ramirez, you're recognized.
Yeah. Again, thank you for the time and effort that you guys put into this, and to my fellow council members for your comments to help guide to a resolution that actually makes sense. I want to thank you for putting in one of my suggestions, and it's a win-win for the town and the employees, and that's always a good thing. I know that the longevity portion of this is not in there, and I know that's something that may be worked out in the future, and I would like to be part of that process when that comes along. Add my 2 cents, because I think I have a little bit more history with longevities and stuff than maybe the rest the rest that are there. So thank you very much and a great job. Very happy that this is here today.
Yeah, I gotcha. So Ramirez says he has a history of longevity, means he's the oldest. Continue. All right, Councilman Lord, you're recognized.
I too want to thank you, Vice Mayor, for all your hard work. I felt heard, and I'm really glad that all of our opinions were listened to, and you weighed that out with the help of our attorneys. We all had, I believe, our own individual meetings, and so we were able to reiterate our opinions and stuff. And I think that the way that this is proposed is thorough and it's thoughtful, and I really like the idea that it comes back to town council if it's proposed to be over 5%. And that's mostly not because town council is going to say, no, you know, the standard is going to be 8% and we don't want to give our employees the extra 3%. It's because we are elected officials and our job is not only to balance a budget, but to proctor the spending of our tax dollars. And so I'm really pleased that we're going to be held accountable for that. So I think job well done. I just wanted to thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, with that, I'm looking for a motion.
So moved.
A motion by Councilwoman Lord, looking for a second.
Second.
A second by Vice Mayor Callahan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. It should be a roll call, shouldn't it? Is an ordinance?
Is an ordinance? Yeah.
No, Rezo.
It's
The reso, I'm sorry.
Resolution.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
All right, no problem. All right, that takes us to item 11B.
Resolution of the mayor and the town council of the town of Cutler Bay, Florida, determining the proposed millage rate and the date, time, and place for the first and second public budget hearings as required by law, directing the town clerk and town manager to file this resolution, if required, with the Miami-Dade County Property Appraiser, authorizing the town manager to change budget hearing dates if needed, and providing for an effective date.
All right, thank you, Ralph, sir.
Mayor, members of council, what this resolution does is provides us the ceiling, as we call it, the cap of 3.0432 compared to our current millage rate of 2.8332. And then also sets the hearing dates for the budget hearing. The first hearing date will be Thursday, September the 11th at 6 p.m. in the council chambers. And the second budget hearing date will be Thursday, September 25th at 6 p.m. in the council chambers as well.
All right, thank you very much. And again, just a reminder, the cap is not what the proposed millage rate is required by law to set that. So any discussion on this item? No. All right, looking for a motion for approval.
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilman Ramirez, looking for a second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Duncan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. 11C, please.
Resolution of the Town Council of the Town of Cutler Bay, Florida, providing for the levy and collection of a stormwater utility fee against developed property located within the boundaries of the town, establishing the estimated stormwater utility fee for fiscal year 2025-2026, providing for a maximum rate for future fiscal years, providing for the preparation of a preliminary assessment roll for fiscal year 2025-2026, establishing a public hearing to consider the imposition of the stormwater utility fee, the maximum rate, and the method of collection, directing the provision of notice in connection therewith, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
Okay. Mayor, members of council, as you know, we now have the unified billing method with the tax collector. So this is just like the millage rate. We're setting the the budget hearing for the stormwater utility will be on September 11th at 6 p.m. We'll take those two budgets together. Our current fee is $90 a year, which is $7.50 per month. As you heard the auditor, say that now we're doing a lot of the catch up. And also it sets the ceiling, not that we're going to do that yet, but if you recall, we had a consultant provide us a report that said it should be in that $14 range. We're not going to $14. We're still at the $7.50. But again, this notice will sit there and clearly tell the residents that we will have the ability, if needed in future years, to raise it. It'll have to come before the council. It'll have to be via a resolution. Current rate will stay the same, $7.50 per month, which is the equivalent of $9 per year. The advantage for the homeowners and the property owners is that it's on your tax bill, so you could also get a discount if you pay, early on as well. This is a $2.2 million fund. And I think that a lot of the historical deficits that we had in this account has been our success rate with grants that we use the matching funds. But also, I'd like to thank Alfredo and Yanir because we've actually been going through and auditing some of our larger commercial establishments, making sure that they're paying their fair share of stormwater fees. For a homeowner, it's easy. One ERU equals $90. But when you have properties like, say, the mall and other shopping centers, it's a little bit different, and we've systematically been going through and auditing each one of those as well. So again, Mayor, this sets the hearing date of September 11th. It'll be published on the property appraiser's tax bill.
Thank you very much. Questions from the council? No? All right. With I'm looking for a motion for approval.
So moved.
We have a motion. Looking for a second.
I second.
We have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. 11D, please.
A resolution of the mayor and the town council of the town of Cutler Bay, Florida, approving a second amendment to the professional services agreement with Goldstein Environmental Law Firm, PA, for brownfield designation legal services for Blue Heron Park, providing for authorization and providing for an effective date.
All right, Ralph, sir.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. I think we're very familiar with the brownfield program, and I think it's one of those after consulting with our legal counsel, Mr. Goldstein, it's going to be very beneficial for us to designate Blue Heron Park as a brownfield. What that does, it obviously opens up, grant opportunities, but more importantly, it provides us the ability to recoup some of those funds that we have. We understand that there's going to be some claims, possible claims against some of the previous landowners there. But at the same time, that does not prohibit us from setting up the brownfield area there. Where are we with that program? We just have Kimley-Horn is finalizing the set of plans. The bid documents are done. We're just waiting to the set of plans that'll be completed. The soil management plan has been approved by Miami-Dade County Durham. We were very successful to save 297 combined trees and palm trees there. So that was some time that we had to do for a tree protection zone there. So I think that all those fees that we have encountered, we could do a look back up to January 1 of 2025. And we'll be eligible up to $900,000 for reimbursement through the VCTC program that we're very familiar with. So I think it becomes a business decision. The proposal in front of you is for $50,000. That is a very good discounted rate. And out of that, the $10,000 of it can be actually reimbursed through the VCT program. So it becomes a business decision at that point, but at the same time, it does not prohibit us still going after the legal claims as well. That continues to move along. So again, I think it's going to be a really good process for us now to recoup some of those funds.
All right, brownfields always It's been a plus for us, but also it's been a negative, some of the things we've just, as we continue to work for ways to get around it. But any discussions on this item? No? All right, looking for a motion.
So moved.
We have a motion by Vice Mayor County. Looking for a second.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Lord. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes. 11E, please.
A resolution of the mayor and the town council of the town of Cutler Bay, Florida, establishing an auditor selection committee to assist in the procurement of a certified public accounting firm for municipal auditing services pursuant to section 218.391 Florida statutes, appointing committee members, authorizing the issuance of a request for proposal RFP relating to the same, providing for implementation and providing for an effective date.
All right. Ralph, sir.
Thank you, members of council. As you heard tonight, we have our external auditor provides our annual CAFR report. We were able to negotiate 1 more year extension with the auditor, which will cover the current fiscal year we're in. New state law in effect will allow us now to go through a selection committee. You have to have a selection committee. Well, the reason why this is on the resolution, because there's a blank there, because one of the selection committee members must be a member of the council. We were able to, and like to publicly thank our good friends of mine, Desmond Chin, the finance director for the Village of Palmetto Bay, known for many years, and Alfredo Riverol, the finance director for City of South Miami. Those two professionals will be on the committee. Robert Dario can't be on the committee, but he will certainly provide technical advice. So the reason why it's there, Mayor, Members of Council, we do have to fill in that name of a member of the council to be part of that selection committee. The selection committee now will embark what we usually do internally. They will review the RFP, make any comments, suggestions, and then they will be the evaluation committee that makes the recommendation to this governing board. That takes a process, right? Because everybody has different schedules and what have you. So this will be for the following fiscal year, but we want to get ahead of it now because it does take time with a lot of scheduling issues as well. So, Mayor, at this point, we'll need just appointment nomination for one of the members here.
So, if you'd like to volunteer to be part of this committee?
I would love to volunteer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I would. I'm really like, look at us all jumping in for that.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you were laughing because you were like, oh, no, not me.
I'm
Like,
actually
all right,
process, so I would be honored if there's no objection.
no objection. All right, so then Councilman Lord will be our representative. All right. All right, all in favor of approving this resolution, and Councilman Lord is our, well, I need a motion to move forward with this as Councilman Lord is our representative.
So moved.
So we have a second. We have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Carries.
I was gonna vote no because I wanted it. I was gonna do maybe.
All right, that covers all of our business for today.